Good evening. I'm glad you could be with us this evening. Tonight, I'm recording this on my old phone. My old phone became my old phone after about 4 hours of very hard, diligent work. Well, it wasn't really work. It was me trying to figure out how to transfer my information to my new phone. But the old phone still works as a camera. I don't know if the new phone works as a camera. But I go through this every year. I don't know how you get your phones. And I know that people that get Apple phones uh, are psychotic, or very much into that system. My friend told me today, I was telling him how I get these phones. I buy it's called prepaid phone. You have to prepay for about a year. It's about $10 a month, and you get a year's worth of service. Well, the company that I get them from also has a deal that they sometimes have last year's phones. That if you buy those last year's phones, it'll give you a free year's service. And last year's phones are always a little bit cheaper than if you just buy the $10 a month, $120, $130. They're always like under $100. This year I found one for $48. So the cheapness of me and the fact that I want a new phone, I want the latest and greatest. My latest and greatest is a year old though, but that's better than a 10-year-old Apple. I think somebody's getting ready to send me a hate letter. Okay, Apple's probably better. I don't know. The bigger and more important thing is I just don't care. And this would be more expensive if I talk on the phone as much as some people do, because if you go over what you prepaid, you got to go buy more. And it's usually about $10 or $15 to get another chunk of time. Like I think it's 500 minutes. And the only thing I have to usually buy is the data. I go over on the data. Sometimes that's like $10 or $15 for a big chunk of data. I don't know. I don't remember how much it is. Anyway, I went through that process again today, and I forget how arduous it is. Arduous is intense indeed a word. It's a pain in the ass. And the other thing I just found out before I sat down to make this is I forgot about all the crap they pile on a new phone that I got to go in there, find, and remove. I'm out of breath now, but at least I've got the new phone and it does call. I think that's the only thing I really owe, and I can look at my email. I think. Wait a minute. I haven't tried looking at my email on the new phone, so I better keep this one around so I can read my email. And if you look at my desk, there's, I think, a total of 6 phones in there from the last 6 years. At some point, I found a place that would take the phones because I had one for every year, and I've had this service since probably the late 90s. I'm guessing almost 30 years. Wow. My first cell phone was what they called a brick. It was a box, a little leather box, and they pick up the phone like that, and you dial with a dial, punch the numbers in, and sat in the car and plugged in the car and worked with a piece of crap. But it was better than having to go to a payphone because that's what I had to do when I was trying to be a salesman. So I could say that the reason I failed as being a salesman was I couldn't get to the payphone fast enough, and I couldn't get my cell phone to work. And there was so many places the cell phone didn't work. But that wasn't the reason I failed as a salesman. So I couldn't sell free fish to a seal. I was lousy as a salesman. But it only took me 5 different sales jobs to figure that out. But we're talking to the past. I'm retired now and enjoying it. I just thought I would share my day with my new phone. We'll see if the camera works on it. I'll keep this one handy. And smoke them if you got them. And we're talking a nice big chuck roast, which is, I'm trying a recipe that's supposed to make it taste like a prime rib roast. We'll see.